Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the member stream. How is everybody doing? Hi, Linus, member for 4 months. Thank you. Hey, Andres. Sitting at home with some buggy C19 guests and my sister. Uh-oh. Hey, Pans McCadden. Hey, Stuart. Hey, David. Hey, Mr. Clown. Hey, Chris. Hey, Derek. Philip. B. McNichol and Mitchell. And Hoja Dirty. Lars. Hey, Dune, member for 3 months. Thank you. And hi, Danny. How's everyone doing? Hey, Lucas. Phone is out of pocket. Yep. Phone is out of pocket. Charlie is getting his pets. Let's turn that off. Hi, Winter EC. So I figured, I don't know when, otherwise I would be able to get to the 3D sets buggy build I've been promising. So I figured this would be a good time to do it. And everybody can see it when I make it public. But for right now, we're gonna get started on it. I've been wanting to build this for a long time, and I don't see a point in the near future I could get to it, so I think this is a good idea. We're gonna have fun anyway, right? So, hey Stefan, hey Gunnar, hey NH3D. Get Charlie's pets out of the way. Been doing some unbuilding this morning on the Tarmo 4, that's right. You were saying you have a few little broken parts. So that looks like an interesting fully printed build. There's a lot of them out there. Let me get a few things set up here because I want to go through a whole little intro. Hey, Maker Source, welcome. Member for 4 months, thank you. Hey, Victor. Jorg. Sound have a weird tone on the end of your speaking. Is it only on my side? You know what? There's probably too much background noise going on. Let me turn my side of the music down. Oh, and you're not actually hearing. You're not hearing the music. Why are you not hearing the music? Because it probably needs to go here. There we go. So you should have music now. Let's turn that down. I have a lot going on right now. I have 2 printers running. And there you go. I have 2 printers running, and that's adding to the background noise, and that's probably triggering the noise canceling a little more. So, hi Blake. Is there some kind of standard chassis those RC cars are all based on? No, I don't think so. Hey Andy. Hey BBs. So, but let's go through what we're building. Printing chassis for custom lightsaber, awesome. Hey Sanity. And we're gonna let Charlie out for the first time here. Let's see how long it takes for him to come back. So, I've got a few things going on. I'm printing, doing a lot of printing with let's get this out of the way and let's go here. Doing a lot of printing with the Enderwire here. So I thought I would try to get a little parts tray printed before stream, but I didn't give myself enough time. So it's doing its thing. So I have I'm coming up on 50 hours of printing time on the Enderwire now. So I'm gonna do a follow-up video on that. I just have to get the information together. So, hey Gadget Angel. Charlie Migrations, yep. So hope they do the OC Maker Fair again next year. Yeah, if they do, I'll go. It's a short enough trip for me. And it was fun. It was fun. So this is running. I thought I'd be clever and bump it up to 0.3 millimeter layer heights to try to get it done in time. but I was overrunning something. I don't know if I'm overrunning the hot end or whatever. I had to turn the speed down, so I don't know when that'll be done. Cornstarch, come on. Yes. Oh, and here comes Charlie. Was that even 2 minutes? Did he ask to come back in? Okay. Come on, Charlie. Yeah, so this has been doing really well, actually. I printed this, and let's go here. I printed this last night on it, and this is printed at, I set the acceleration up to 6,000. Not every feature was 6,000. I think I have 2,000 or 4,000 on perimeters. But let's see if we can get some bad lighting. So that was this piece printed like this. So nice tall example. No extra Z artifact issues I can see. It took about 4 hours, a little under 4 hours. Charlie's distracting me because he wants back out again already. He wants something, and we're not giving it to him. So we'll see. I think it's about time I get my serial for my 2.4. Absolutely. 1,000 hours on it and not a serial? Get that done. Hey, Collie. So why I can find the stream on my phone but not on my computer? It's probably the YouTube account you're logged into, maybe? So, issue 6? I don't know. I mean, depends on what you think of issue 6. Let's try this. I mean, it's hard to get the right lighting. There's some variation in color there, but that's not really... Here, let's try this. I'm not getting a good angle for bad lighting here. So... Which board did you use for the Ender 3 conversion? It is, well, it is a SKR Mini E3 V3, but I'm still using the Ender 3 steppers. And I think that's a big part of the noise. And Charlie's gonna be a pain because he wants back in already. So there's something we're not giving him. Charlie, what do you want? Come on. Anyway, there you go. So hopefully that doesn't cause too much trouble, the noise it's running. If it does, I can just cancel that print and print it later. So let's get started on talking about the build today. And let me close a few. Actually, let's just leave those going. Hey, Kyle. Hey, Thomas. Charlie wants airtime. Charlie didn't get enough. Let's go to 3dsets.com. Start looking at... This is what we're building. So we are going to build this guy. They call it the Sandy. It's like it's inspired by like a Marks Manx old dune buggy. When you put the camera in Trident, do you use the Heart-K design with the added USB port to provide easier disconnect? I have not, but I intend to. So anyway, 3dsets.com. You can buy these if you go to shop, and they have a bunch of different models here. They have buggies and crawlers, but we are in the buggy lineup, and they sell the STLs here. And there's nothing, this is just, I think this is cool, so I bought this. The 3D Sets has no idea I'm doing this. Myers Mix, yes. So I've also bought the buggy files, but then the Sandy came out and I thought that was cooler. So if we go to details here, you can see some details on it, and they've got some really nice close-up pictures and a lot of detail here. And these are all intended to be able to print on like a, well, this model is intended to be able to be printed on a Prusa Mini or larger. Some of the others require a little bigger build. But if you come down here, there are some guides. So there's a build guide, and then there's a list of non-printable parts. You got the Model 8. Is that the, I'll have to look at which one that is. Anyway, there's a list of parts here, screws and shocks and wheels or tires and stuff. So, and what was the Model 8? And then I've got the build guide open in a different tab, so we'll go there in a second. Go back here, what is the Model 8? They call them by both a model number and then a name. So is that the Rancher? Model 6, and Model 1, 2, and 6. Oh, the Bugster, okay. So that's in the Buggy series. Oh, there it is, Model 8 Bugster. So this is kind of a street version of it. Mike 4D, are the Death Racer STLs free? Almost. You need to pay for 1 month of the dollar tier of Michael Badley's, Badley? If you search for The Real Sam Prentice on YouTube, he has links to the Patreon where you can get the files. So, okay, we will do that. There we go. So what drew me to the 3D Sets models is they do a really good job. They seem to do a really good job. I'll find out during the build process if there's anything that's annoying, but they do a really good job of designing these and built-in supports and stuff. So if we go to the build guide, this is what we're going to follow today. And oops, I don't want to do that. There we go. So each page, let's see if I can center this a little better. Maybe I don't need this. That helps. Okay. But there's a lot of information here. Something I forgot to print. I forgot to print a little tool. I might get that printing before we get too far. We'll see. Some things you need to think about: tools, parts, and other things you need. You need some belts. The drivetrain is belt driven. The transmission is belt driven, which is really cool what they did here. And we'll see that when we go to assemble it. I wish they did heat set inserts like Voron does. There are probably a few areas that would be nice to have heat sets, for sure. Although you'd need to do some M2 heat sets. They use a lot of M2s. Mr. Clown, that's funny. If I was him, I totally would have branded myself as badly designed. Absolutely. A bunch of fasteners. I hope I bought all the right ones. Or have all the right ones. Now this is the part I forgot to print, because this is actually an assembly aid for putting the ball joints together as well. So, and then we have a bunch of bodywork and interior. And this is what I was talking about, built-in supports. There's all these printed parts that work really well. We'll have to remove on some of the parts, and some parts I've already done it. Charlie is being very accommodating there. That's awesome. So, and then there's a few post-processing drills. I grabbed the drill bit, so we're ready with that. I don't think I have the plastic for the glass. I'll have to add that later. This is just a clear plastic for the windshield. I don't think it's really, I'm not sure I'll even do it. So here we are, and then we can get to the build. So let's start playing around with parts and start looking at parts. So I have a box of printed parts. So I have been printing this for the better part of 6 months, almost 6 months. And with a variety of filaments. All of the green parts are Jesse. This is Printed Solids Jesse Green Slime Glitter. This is such a nice color. Love this color. I've printed them on a combination of my Legacy, my Trident, the Orange Trident, the Prusa Mark III, and now a few parts I've printed on the Ender 3 to switch wire conversion. So we have all the body parts. I'm gonna set these over here. And the hood, side pieces. Now this piece here is an optional side piece that I'm not sure I'm gonna use. I just wanted to print it to see how the Ender wire would do. So let me get some of these parts out of here. We're gonna get to them fairly quick. And then a few parts like these I've reprinted. I had a hell of a time with this. This is Prusament Galaxy Silver PLA. And I don't know if it's the roll that I have, but I've reprinted most of the silver, and I finally got some success when I opened a new roll. That's why I'm wondering if it's either roll or moisture's been absorbed. And started printing them on my Trident. So these parts I think are extra. I think I've reprinted those. Okay, we're gonna need these pieces, and there's just a whole pile of boxes or parts here. But this is, maybe we go here? I don't know. This is this main the cockpit. And I printed this on the Orange Trident in Polymaker carbon fiber PLA. Now, normally I wouldn't have done carbon fiber for these parts, but I needed to print a lot of stuff, and this ended up being a good project to do it with. So I ended up using carbon fiber, Polymaker's carbon fiber PLA. And the bridging, they expect your bridging game to be on point. 3D Sets absolutely expects you to have a good bridging game, and that is acceptable. Probably could be better, but we're gonna need that part, and we're gonna need, I think it's this part. Now, I did elect to do this first build in their recommended PLA. The intent is, I have a couple of friends who want to build these. I'm gonna try ABS with those. The seats are printed on the Ender wire here in eSun Brown PLA. And I think that's the majority. I've got a couple other parts. Hey, PF Dennis. Hey, Francois. Then there's a few parts, like this is an engine part. It would have been neat to do a color change here to where this part turned out silver, but I didn't catch that in time. So some things I could redo later. Okay, so we've got that. I'm looking at these instructions here on what parts I'm gonna need. Let's see what tweaks I might have to do to any trimming on parts and that kind of stuff. There will be a lot of digging in this box for the printed parts. Hey, Rod. Collie, did you change the motors on the underwire? I have not yet, and they are doing okay, if a little loud. and I have it set to 6,000 accelerations, and I've been printing infill at 100 millimeters per second. And I haven't finished. I'm gonna try bumping that up, but right now it's doing well at, I think infills are 100 and perimeters are like 60. Yeah, at 6,000 is what input shaper, it's 6,500 acceleration is what input shaper put the y-axis at. So I just set it to 6,000. Do the color change with pause and slicer. Yes, I would do that. I just didn't realize that there wasn't a different part that made that color. I didn't realize it was a color change. Okay, so we have the cockpit here, and we need some M3x12s, which I think I'm gonna have to grab from my parts. We'll need 2 of these. Okay. 2 M3x12s and 2 M2x8s. Now my M2s, I think I'm gonna set back here, are in this box. And I've got a bunch of parts here. So some of the printed parts that didn't fit in the other box. And then I printed, I went with this wheel style. And this is Jesse PLA, what color is this? This is their gunmetal gray. This is printed solids Jesse PLA gunmetal gray for the wheels. Set these over here. I'm going with the brushless motor version. I think all my fasteners are in here. Oop. I have no idea if that showed up or not. I have an address on there. Did that show up? Can anybody tell if my address showed up on there? There we go. Now we got it. Marked out. I'll have to go back and look before I make this public. That's a bummer. That's okay. Chat doesn't, oh, if I edit it, the text chat goes away, huh? Ew. Couldn't see it on my phone at least. Or up to a frame or two, maybe check afterwards. But if I do that, if that comes up, then text chat gets erased. Well, I make this public later is the problem. I make this public. Okay, well, I'll go look. I'll look at it later. Not gonna open that. So I'm gonna need that. There's the speed control, hobby wing, brushless speed control. And then I ordered these, the transmission uses these MX or 60 XL belts or XL belts. It's 60 tooth on this. Very blurry Torx fire. Okay. Okay. I will double check, but I hope it doesn't need to be erased. So I need M2 by 8s, M2 by 12, 6, and 8s. So I ordered all these from Bolt Depot here in the US. Text chat doesn't show on, I can't get it to show on the overlay. Otherwise I wouldn't worry about it. I'd just edit the video and I'd still at least have text chat on the overlay. But because it's a member stream, the overlay doesn't have access to it. So, oh well. I will hope that it's fine and edit if I have to. Pickle, you may have answered, but roughly what have you spent on parts? That's a good question because it's been about a year of collecting parts. I think the brushless motor is about $30. The controller was about, or the speed controller was about 50. Tires were expensive because I bought Proline. Those were $50 just in tires. I couldn't really guess. I would say it's probably under $200. Okay, let's look at this. We have this, and we are going to put a bunch of fasteners here to put pieces together. So we're gonna put this piece to this piece first. Does that just go, that just goes like this. This comes off, that goes in there. And there are M3 by 12s go in this back piece. What was that? Oh, where did, let's go. Oh boy. Which one? I need the 2mm. Is that this one? And then what do we have here for the M2s? I'm probably just going to use a regular driver. So I'll use the ES15 for the M3s. And a driver for the M2s. Are we going to play with it at the end of the stream? I suspect this is probably going to be a 2-member stream build. And to be honest, I kind of hope it is because, oh, not quite enough torque to get that done. I kind of hope it is because I don't have a couple of things towards the end of the build. Hey, Colin. What am I missing? I haven't quite sorted out the radio I'm going to use. Yeah, there's just not enough torque in this, in the driver here to thread into plastic. So this might be a little bit of manual. Okay, so that was the M3 by 12s holding those together, and then there was M2 by 8s going where? Oh, that is just that's just to hold the, okay. Yeah, I think 2 streams is definitely what you're saying there, Chris. A lot of little things to do on here. Hey, Michael. We'll probably do streams. There's lots of little fiddly parts on these projects, and 3D sets looks like they have more than others. Yeah. So I think these 2 are just stops for the, because this is the battery compartment here. So these 2 screws I think are just the stops for it, and then there's a, this goes in here. Is this right? I might have to take an X-Acto knife and clean up some of that. Some of this stuff prints by default with a brim. Now they provide pre-plated parts as well as individual files. So they provide 3MF files that have a lot of the print settings configured, which is kind of nice because there's a few areas where, like for the brushless motor, they want just the mounting flange for that to be 100% infill. So they put a modifier, a correctly shaped modifier in that spot to make it 100% infill just in that spot. Okay, so these go in here. Those just kind of snap in there, and these are the little turn closures for the to hold the battery in. And I'm just trimming off any leftovers from the brim that was on these. So these printed with the brim based on their settings. So then they can be turned with a coin or whatever. Has anyone done thermal expansion compensation on a Trident? I have. I did it on V2, but wasn't sure if necessary on the Trident since gantry doesn't go up and down. I have. It seemed to help. Okay. Frame by frame, I can make out your name, but that's about it. Okay, that's good. Have you ever seen the MK Ultra 4D WD? I think I have. I think I've seen that and bookmarked it, maybe. Okay, so those are those two. We're going to be switching back and forth to the manual quite a bit here. And then there's another part I need. So we have this, and then I need the that piece. That must be this guy. This goes right here, and there's a little tab there that goes into. Okay. And those are M3x10s. It's these guys. How many do we need? 4 of them. MK Ultra belt driven would be cool. Another part about this, and the challenge with using the electric screwdriver, is not a lot of space here. So a lot of things having to go in at kind of an angle. This stuff is what 3D printing is made for. Absolutely. I want to do more projects like this. I've always wanted to do more projects like this. I'd like to do an FPV drone at some point, just because that looks like fun. I'm almost done with my Death Racer, so I should have it ready. Hopefully, I got to get it ready within the next less than a week, because I'm going to ship it back to Earth instead of taking it on the plane. I haven't done my side panels yet, though, and I need to customize those and print them. Okay. That's cool. So many times I wanted a tiny electric screwdriver with a 90-degree angle for the bit, yeah. There's a little flex shaft that comes with the iFixit kit. That's kind of neat, but. Okay, I think this page is done. We did everything on this page. Oh, no. I'm missing, it says M2 by 12s. Where do those go? Oh. That's our M2 by 12 or M3 by 12? I think that's an M3 by 12. That's it. M3 by 12. Okay, 2 M3 by 12s I missed. Let's try let's see how far the screwdriver will get us in there. A little bit, but not far. Nope. No, we're not too bad. We're almost done with this. What do we have? I think we're at our most viewers for a member stream now at almost 50. I'm usually in the mid 40s for these. We are going to hopefully finish off the salad fork tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. Okay, so now that step is done. Next step is, got a little front piece. Planning to carry gears from Micro RC or something, maybe for the 90, but I haven't looked at my 1/18th in years. Yeah. There's 2 M3 nuts. Where do those go? Don't really see where those go. So we have the cockpit 202, and right here, there are, oh, they go into the, that's kind of, this part of the thing makes it seem a little odd. They go in right here. Okay, 2 M3 nuts. I don't think I'm gonna need too many of these, so I'll just leave those over there. Let's try to, there we go. Those are in there. Go back to fit. 3 M3 nuts. Where's the third one go? I have no idea where the third one goes. Does it go in there where I can't see? Where does the third one go? Oh, back in there. Oh boy. Okay. Thank you. Side of the tunnel. Down in there. Okay. And let's grab my tweezers. Is there a hotkey for that? Yeah, there is, but oops. And then I need this piece here, which is the front frame holder. That's this guy. How does this go? That goes like that. There we go. It kind of dovetails up into there because it'll hold it all on its own. I can't even get it out now, so we'll leave it right there. Charlie is stretched. He was sleeping very odd yesterday. He was laying across my leg with his arms straight out like this and just completely out. Yeah, this is an area where a heat set insert properly done might be okay. Although impact, this might be better, I don't know. You have to deal with shock, impact stuff on this rather than just kind of static loads. What are these fasteners? Oops. M3 by 20. 3 M3 by 20, and they show socket heads here, and they show a button head here. Where do these go? I'm gonna go socket heads because I have a ton of those, and there's room for them. There we go. Oops. Here. Looks like it caught it. Yep, caught the nut that I put in there, so we're good. And that one should still be in there. Throw this in here. Got a little consistency and directions. I'm pretty sure you really want a socket head here too, because that clearance there around the head, a button head is larger diameter. I don't think a socket head would have, or a button head would have fit in here. Oh. Okay. He gets into the funniest positions. Okay, so that's that step. So let's go on to the next one. Hey, we get to do some of the colored body pieces. What is this? This is the body front. And this is, I mean, it's a very small picture here. This kind of gives you an idea what supports were on here before I removed them. Yeah, the ES15 would have made it fit whether it split apart or not. So I need an M2 by 6 to put the gas cap on. I have to find the gas cap. So an M2 by 6. And the gas cap, I think, is in this box. There it is. So, front piece, gas cap, and this is one case where they talked about it's not drilled through. So I have my little Starrett pin vise. Don't have tight enough. There we go. clean those out so they can go through, and then the M2x6. I want to do a Death Racer just to get have to get motivated to start. Yeah, Death Racer is a fun build, and it's cool that it's just the tank tracks is really cool. Well, okay, I'm gonna try pre-threading this because all this together is kind of tough, and just form some threads because it is not. It's hard to hold the thing. Oh, and it doesn't like to go straight. This is trying to turn. This is just a cosmetic piece. I want this to go straight in. And that is a 6. And is that what I grabbed here? Yeah. It says M2x6 to thread that in. I don't think I have an M2 tap to. Oh, and that's just completely stripping. So, guess I'll just try to thread it in. Can always use some glue later. It's interesting that they called for a M2x6 here, because it doesn't tighten, it strips before it's tight. Maybe glue if it won't cooperate. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab a couple of M2 washers and take up the extra, because it's gonna tighten down just fine. I'm gonna just put a couple of, there's plenty of clearance here. I'm just gonna put a couple of little M2 washers on there. And now it's there and fine. There we go. Little washer spacers. It is totally cosmetic. And then what are the fasteners to put this in? M3x12s. Hey, Tony. So this goes like this, and that fits on there well. And then we have M3x12s up from the bottom. My biggest fear on this, and it's gonna happen at some point, I'm sure, is something's gonna split. Christian Nygaard, 3D printing RC seems like a good thing. This would be so fun to do with a 4-year-old. Just need to find some sort of crawler or something that's not too quick for him. Well, if you go back out here, let's go to their latest one. They're bamboo. These are crawlers. Oh, that's the soft top, sorry. But they have crawler models out here. I don't want there. Let's go with something like this. This is a 3D printed RC crawler. back here. So we have 3, 1, 2, and then one in the cockpit there, I think. I have a lot of 3D printing projects in mind, but all I do is print more 3D printers. That's basically where I'm at. But now we're finally getting a real project done. Hey, it's looking like something already. And then I think this third one goes down the middle here. And they updated all of their crawlers they came out with a new belt driven instead of gear driven transmission. This is probably the better view for all of this, huh? Sweet. Failed print, half the ball joints failed. Oh, tiny first layers broke loose, yep. Okay, so I think that's done with that page. Let's go back to fit. And then we get to put the back on. So there's 2 M3 nuts and M3 by 10, 4 M3 by 10s. So now we get this guy. And this, let's just go right here. Yeah. Now we start to get a little sense of scale. Or does that go in there? Maybe that goes in like that. Oh yeah, this kind of fits together, slots. There's some slots on the back here. Let me let Charlie out. Turn that off. Okay, so this goes in here, I think. It's got a slot in there and it's a tight fit. There we go. You got to get the angle right, it looks like. It's very dependent on getting the angle right for those to fit in well. And I like that it has 3D printed parts that slot up into there. It's going to help hold things together. Hey, Tiger. Okay. On the instructions, we have got okay, 2 going up through there and 2 going through the back into nuts. Nuts. So up into here. Just got my LDO Trident kit. I'm excited. Something the build manual needs is a printed part checklist. Yeah, someone, I think it was Blam, put together a PIF checklist that might be floating out there somewhere. Hey, Mr. Joddity. Okay, so that is so nice. I mean, those are flush right there between those 2 parts. A couple of nuts to insert here. Oops, let me grab some more substantial pliers to push these in. I think Charlie wants back in. Did you want back in, Charlie? Come on. Come on. I'll help you along. He's so slow. Okay. There we go. And then from the back here. Why is that being tough? These are really tight through here. Why are they so tight? We need to push this down. And it might be a good idea to clear out that path. Push. Maybe let me just get. Let's try that. It's threading into the plastic and then not lining up with the nut. So then it's trying to turn the nut instead of threading into it. So, and I don't want to screw this up and have it spin that nut in the part. So I'm gonna take a M3 here and clearance this out a little bit. Maybe I'll grab this for a little more leverage. Hey, CJ. Just clear this out. Now let's try it. Now this should just slide through and then thread into that nut. And the nut still just spins. So let's shove tweezers in there to hold it in place. There we go. What do we have? Some of these parts are amazingly demanding to print. Some of them, yeah. Okay, then I'm going to preemptively do the same thing over here. Hold this together while I do it, though. And this might be a little big. Let me try. This is a 3.2 because that's what they call for, but I think a 3mm is going to be better. And why is that not going in? There we go. There. That was a little challenging. A little cleanup. But those two are on. These tools over here, out of the way. Let's see where we're at. Hey, CJ. I use the tool to make sure the nut is lined up first. It was lined up. It was the printed part was the hole was slightly too small, so the screw was threading into that, and then it was lined up wrong for the nut. I use the reamers you made me buy for that. I would too. I can't find my M3 reamer. I don't know where it went. I probably have it in the other garage. I probably used it for something. I would normally use an M3 reamer for that, but I can't find it. Okay, that is that step done. So next, oh, do we put the side pods on already? Ooh. So now we have these side pods. That's gonna go like, oh, that was cool. Check this out. So we've got this side pod. It's got a slot here for the thing. And I'm sitting here trying to get it in here this way, but then you just put it on that and push it right into place. Right on that, push into place. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Where's the Jarda can? There it is, Ken. My 3mm reamer leaves in its own cheapo pin vise, so I can't lose it. Yeah. So that's there, and we use M3x8s. That's these, and we're gonna need 4 of them. So 2 from either back side. To be careful with this. Okay. I need this to here's the problem here, is I've got a lot of holes that are threading in to the part that should be loose. So I'm gonna clean these up. I'm gonna take these off and clean these up, because then it's threading into this piece and then not actually being able to tighten, because then I would effectively need to strip this side. So instead, we are going to clear these out. And it's not much. I mean, you see the amount of effort it's taking. There's not a lot of plastic there. But I need these to be a slip fit on the screw, so it can slip fit on the screw so that it can tighten into the next piece. Don't over tighten this or you'll need to reprint it. Yes. This is along layer lines. This is tightening in the weak direction. So this piece here is very prone, I imagine is very prone to splitting right here. Are there any inserts at all in this model? No. Hey, my little parts tray just finished. Let me know if sound quality has improved, because it's a lot quieter in here now. I mean, that printer isn't loud by any means. It's not as loud as it was stock as an Ender 3, but it's not as quiet as my other printers. Okay, I cleaned those out. Let's put these back on. Let's see if that works better. Yeah, slip right through there, and then we tighten to touch. Trying to get that body line up as well as I can. It's not perfect. Can you hear that? That plastic vibration sound? That's annoying. Okay. So it looks like it becomes a little more evident in these parts when you have just a little bit of corner lifting, because you can see it in that body line. You didn't hear that plastic vibration sound? The sound canceling is working overtime then, because that was really loud. Okay, that is good enough. Look at this, that's awesome. Okay, those four, and then the front. So the fronts go in with M3x12s from the side and M3x8s in the front, and four M3x8s from the back. Okay, so I've got a few holes to clean up here. Now, do those thread in? Those, yeah. Making sure I'm not drilling out a hole that should be threaded into. Are those ender steppers leaving artifacts? I was eyeing the LDO switchwire steppers set at KB3D, the LDO set for switchwire. Let's see. This was printed. This was printed on, most of these parts were printed on my Legacy. And this was printed, that's the same orientation as that piece. I don't know if it's gonna be really effective. It's the same orientation as that piece, but that was printed on the ender wire, this piece here. And that piece goes like that. Still undecided if I'm going to use that. Which model is that? This is what they call the Sandy, which is a dune buggy. Okay, now we have some holes here and here to clear out. Don't put your finger on the other side of your drill, of the drill bit. I'm just cleaning out the extra bits here so it doesn't just get caught on the underside of the screw head. go. Oh, so curious to see how this one looks. May have to add it. Their stuff is really well thought out. It is really well thought out. Little tiny little details, but might be a little annoying, but overall I'm pretty impressed so far. Hi, James. Okay, so I think that clears all that out. So now we have these pieces that are gonna go on here. And that's gonna complete our buggy look. So I think I'm gonna start with these on the back here. Just clean out the extra plastic here from the go. And those were the M3x8s. So this is gonna go there. Just got the LDO Trident, now I gotta spend the next month building it, and after I get it lined out, I'm starting my underwire. Awesome. That body line is pretty nice. This one goes like this. Chris, I completely agree. That's why I only printed one of the others. That's why I only printed one of the others. First of all, I wanted it to finish to be able to see it today. And the other is I was leaning towards not putting the side pods on. Anyway, although the part is really well designed and flows really well. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have a M3x8 through the side. That is an M3x8, yep. Yeah. I'm not setting this on anything that's gonna ding up the plastic now. Okay, and then M3x12s go through these. This is where I could not, even if I wanted to, the electric screwdriver wasn't going to do this one. I'm glad the noise canceling is killing that. Let's see if you hear it as I'm talking. You hear that? It's pretty awful. These alternate sides do follow an actual aftermarket option. Yeah, but they were more like panels rather than a molded option, right? They were more of a sheet metal, like just a skin. How are you going in? There we are. After this, you really want the bamboo 4x4. I do want to do one of their crawlers. You're not getting the full whore. It is terrible. That is cool. Now let's see what this looks like. And just, they did such a good job. I mean, that just kind of fits up in there. It is a cool look, but this is more classic to do this. Here, let's go here. There we are. That's more comfortable. So we have that versus that. Now that is more sleek street look. This is more classic dune buggy. Isn't this whole car, the real version, basically just a sheet metal bug skin on a bug? Well, fiberglass, but yeah. Someone said something about an airplane, and I wouldn't mind doing a 3D printed airplane either. Now that, especially now that I have the right controller for it, because that's the controller they recommend for the Death Racer. So. Maybe I can use these member streams as motivation to do stuff like this. Dopey Lee, this is Printed Solids Jessie Green Slime Glitter PLA. I love it. It is such a nice color. It's perfect for this. Okay, that step is done. Maybe you can design some magnets and put them on if you like. Yeah, I wonder how hard they are to take on and off. It looks like it's just two screws from the bottom. They could probably just be put on and off for taste. Where are we at? We did this step, okay. Next step is the front lights. And we need two M2 by 10s. Two M2 by 10s, okay. Grab the lights. Here's another example where they have built-in support. So this one I removed the support from. This one has a support in there. And these, yeah. There we go. These turned out pretty darn good. Support just pops right out. Okay, I feel like, oh, M2 by 10. M2 by 10. That's the M2 by 10s. Careful, you may wind up doing these streams weekly too. I do not have time for that. That would be so stressful to try to get that done. Let me see how these are gonna thread in, because this is splitting the layer lines here. So I'm gonna pre-thread these and see how it's going to go. And that went pretty well. So let's go ahead and put one of these on. Once again, oops, that is going to get there. Yeah. I should have bought two of these little pin vices. Actually, I'd probably want to try a different brand to see if I like different ones better. Let me get this cleared out so I'm not fighting the threading it into the wrong part. There we go. Go. Here. Oh, a little bit more. There we go. Little booger of plastic left in there. I've been out of RC for a long time. With the change to 2.4 gigahertz, are you now allowed to swap between air and ground radios? I don't know. I'd have to check. It used to be taboo when we had separate frequencies. That's a good question. I don't know. Someone else might. Dang it, I'm going to have to reslice. Second fail in the same spot. That's a bummer. Have a stream showing how to build good built-in supports would be awesome. Okay. Godhand and Tania both have really nice pin vices. Okay, I'll have to check that out. There. I've got bug eyes. I'm getting along okay with the $6 pin vise from Amazon, but I'm leaving the same thing in it all the time. Yeah, I've had to, the problem is I've had to really tighten it down. I mean, it's meant for really small diameter stuff, but I'd like to find something that's a little easier to put some more grip on the bit. Hey, Derek, welcome back. Need some googly eyes in the headlights. There we go. Yes, there's probably a size that'll stick right on in there too. Today I learned that drill bits are meant to drill holes and reamers are used to enlarge holes. Absolutely. If I knew where my M3 reamer was, I'd be using that. And I think my kit didn't have an M2 reamer, but I think the KB3D kit has an M2 reamer. Is that correct? Can anybody confirm that? Front lights and then window and dashboard. Now I'm not gonna put the window in because I don't have it, but we do have the window frame. Now there is a built-in support here that I don't know how well that's gonna come off, so let's find out. Let me just kind of take it here and try to bend this part out of the way. There we are. Break that loose, hopefully without breaking the main part. It is stuck on there pretty good. There we go. Maybe I can do this, work my way along. I don't know if my temperature, my settings could have improved this, probably, but this is not doing too bad. Just being careful. Try going from this side. There we go. I think I'm going to pull those extra pieces out. There. And then there's some little support tabs on the side of the mirror here that need to be trimmed off. Little mouse ears or whatever you call them. Supports. Really delicate piece though. It's only being held on by this. Okay. Their sports came right off on the bamboo. This is going to end up going in here. We're really going to start looking like a buggy. But we've got a dashboard to work on. Dashboard. Oh, I don't know if I printed the centerpiece. This is what we're working on. Dashboard speed dial. I think that either snaps in or gets glued in, but I don't think I printed it. So I'll just leave it out for now. I have the steering column. Here it is. Steering column. And I think that's all we need. Reslice now with brims. I'm not sure how common 2mm reamers are. I couldn't find any in the UK or even on AliExpress. Yeah, I was a little surprised to see the KB3D one has it. I may end up just, when they come back in stock, buy a set, and then I'll have extras plus a 2mm. Especially if I do another one of these kits, the 2mm would be nice. Oh. Crap on me. This thing looks so cool. Okay. So we have this, and we have M2x6s, and that has holes. So M2x6. And here's what we can also do. Let's come over here and grab my parts tray that finished printing. And 2x6s. So we have the dash here, and so looking at this, this goes like this. That threads into there. Okay. Two. Hey, Pascal. There we go. Steering column and dash. And I really don't think I printed the I don't think I printed the thing, the instrument thing. So I'll print that and put that on next time. But that goes in there, and that goes there. And then we go to the next page. Oh, steering wheel. Steering wheel, okay, we've got a few pieces here. So does that steering wheel go on with an M2x12? Okay, let's get the steering wheel. Here's the steering wheel with its built-in supports. And I did not, oh, that yeah, that came off pretty easy. I didn't even try to take those off before. Those are a little more challenging. Just try to work that off there without breaking it. There we go. That turned out pretty good. This is that Polymaker carbon fiber PLA. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, the only reason it's carbon fiber is because I needed to print a bunch of carbon fiber stuff. And I figured I would do that. Do it on something useful instead of something I'm just gonna trinket or knick-knack or something. Did you make those drawer inserts? These? So this is one of my designs that I have out on printables, and it is specifically for the Acro Mills trays, and they just go in here, and there's various sets, but if you go to my profile on printables, you'll find that. But yeah, I designed that quite a while ago, way before I found Voron, even. Here, let's take a sidetrack. That's fun. If you go to printables.com, and Acro Mills. There we are. Bin dividers for Acro Mills, small parts organizers. And if we go to here, I'll just link my profile. There you go. I'm a huge fan of built-in supports. I recently modeled a dashboard insert for my buddy's truck and needed support, so I modeled them in. Yep. Okay, let's see how all of this goes. We've got a dash that goes in here. Looks like right like that. And then we have this. And there's a screw that's going to go in the side. It's a really tight fit. So let's see if I've got to just do some, just in case there's any elephant's foot here. Androcadden. SEK, 100 SEK, Charlie Treat Fund, thank you. SEK was, refresh my memory. What's the currency? I know this has come up and I got it correct last time, but I'm drawing a blank now. I'm just scraping this with the side of the blade just to get rid of any Swedish crowns, thank you. That is, I imagine that has to go all the way down. I don't want to force it. I don't want to break it because this did turn out, this printed pretty well. Norwegian kroner. Okay. Andre, 5 Canadian, thank you. That goes all the way that way. So yeah, that should go all the way in. So let me just go all the way up. I'm scraping. Hey, John. Welcome. What's going on with YouTube not showing this stream? Uh-oh. There we go. Is that all the way? Yes. I like it. Then that goes right there. And then we use a M2x12. M2x12. Two M2x12s. And there should be okay, something going in the side here. So let's get the dash in first and make sure those appear to be in as far as they'll go. So now let's trim this out. Looking for another drill bit. What size is this one? That's 1.5. That's too small. I thought I had a 2mm up here. Oh, let me see. There we go. Is the dashboard pinching the window in place? Yes. Well, the windshield slides up into a channel. There's a channel on the inside, and yeah, you can see it there. There's a channel in there. The windshield would slide up into there. Like I said, I don't have a windshield for this. I don't know if I'll put one on it. We'll see. It shouldn't be too arduous to pull this out and put it in later. So. And then there's this bottom piece holds it from the bottom once it's in. Is this going to be RC? It is. It will be RC. Okay, let me clear out these holes. There we go. That's a better drill bit than the other one I was using. Where's this supposed to thread into? So I don't think I'm hitting anything. Oh, there it is. Okay. You got the bell with no notification. Sorry, guys. YouTube and their notifications. Where is this supposed to be hitting? Is that going in now? No, it's not actually hitting anything. There's a hole there for it. And should that be a 12? Yeah, in 3x12. There we go. I caught it that time. started. The bell, not an anti, okay. Is your transmission printed in PC or ABS? The gears, the differential gears are all Polymaker PC Max. Those are awfully long screws. Not a lot of space. There we go. Couldn't get to the stream with YouTube TV app, had to cast it. Yeah, they're not quite there with these. Steve, can you please convince someone to make marble ABS? You can convince a lot of places to make custom ABS. It just takes a minimum lot, a minimum order size. Look at this, that is awesome. I'm loving it. Loving it. Okay, then we have to put the steering wheel on. Let's see. We are done with that. So here we are. Okay, so that's an M3x12. That's an M3x12. That is, and then we have M2x8s, and these are M2. I keep saying M3, but they're M2x12s. And then by 8s going in the side, and then looks like M2x16s going in the side to hold the rear roll bar. So steering wheel I'm gonna save for a minute. So there's an 8, those are 6s. Let's get the 8s. 6, 8, oh, I got 2 bags of those, that's why. 8, and 2 bags of the 6s. Okay. 8s. Go on the side. Go right in here. And this holds the roll bar in. Like that. And like that. There we go. Can't even imagine the level of skill it took to build this cabinet and make it printable. Yeah, they put a lot of effort into this. I feel like the $30 for the files was well worth it. Okay, now we have the rear roll bar. And then we're going to clean this up a little bit as well, just to I'm doing that right over the model. So this. think that's all the way in. Doesn't go very far on that one. Love it. 16s. Okay, so we have 6, 8. Do we have 10s? Yes. 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. And these are just 16s because they got to reach through a bit of body before it gets to the thing. Oh shoot, I forgot to print the little tool, the assist tool for putting the ball joints together. I guess I can just print it here on the, I'll just throw it on the ender wire here. Let me get that sliced up real quick. It should only take a few minutes. I don't know how long we're gonna go today. We'll see how the build progresses. Let me get this going. You don't mind me asking, what was the print time? For this whole model, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I honestly don't know. I think their website says a couple hundred hours worth of printing. But I did this over the last 6 months or so. Love it. Love it. Total print time. Let me slice up the tool real quick. Grab, okay, I already have the correct profile up here, so all I have to do is go to the parts and STL and tools and the calibration, slice it, export it, and throw it on the printer. It's just PLA, so no warm-up time, just hit print. There we go. My rancher is about 17 days printing on and off. Yeah. Okie dokie. What can we do while we're getting to the next part? We have finished this part. This would really help me in the never-ending discussion with my wife about, but you only print more printers and upgrades to printers. Yeah, see, this is a toy. This is much different than just printing printers. Hey, we get to do the engine. So we are done with the body stuff. So at this point, from what I understand, the front suspension is basically a module that just bolts in here, and the same with the rear. It all is just an assembly that bolts in to make it really easy to maintain, to work on. So the body, oop, we forgot to put the steering wheel on. We forgot to put the steering wheel on. That's by 12. Forgot to put the steering wheel on. Gotta complete it. Then we'll come back to it for the interior. There we go. Steering wheel. See ya, Christian. Thanks for being here. Okay. Just set it there on the solid fork. Hey, that works pretty well. It sets right on the frame. Okay, we have lots of stuff. We are going to assemble the engine. Oh, so this is still kind of body stuff. Oops, we're not done with this. We got the engine, the bits and pieces around here to do. So we have whatever they call this part, motor frame mount. Motor frame mount. That must be this part. Okay. And that bolts on with M3x6s. Two M3x6s going in. And there. And in there. Well, let me let Charlie out. This goes down and then just bolts into there. So this goes on. Oh, neat. Neato. So more of this, there's a little spot there, you see, and this just kind of slides in. Probably needs a very specific angle. What is that angle? Very specific angle or a little bit of trimming. No, very specific angle. Yep. All right, you don't have a lot of leverage here. That's right there. So let's try this one first. There we go. That one and there we go. There. Okay. Some long bridging on that black part. Oh yeah, this. Yeah, I may cut some of that out because it's a little stringy. It's breaking away from the edges anyway. Trim all that. There we go. So those two M3x6s, and then we have to assemble the engine. So these are some of the silver parts that I printed many times and finally got some reasonable print quality out of it. So these little carburetors, they print with a brim on their side like that. And we got the air filters, which I think the ones over here turned out better. Air filters and the tubes, the pipes going up to them. That one. I think I need that yet. It needs a cover piece. There is a cover. There's a battery door that goes on here. That's just the battery compartment. But I'll probably just break all those. They're not doing anything. Okay, so I need to pull all that skirt off of there, or the brim off of there. And then clean it up a little bit with the knife. Let's see. There we go. That's little pieces of brim. Do the same thing with this one. It'd be a lot easier to print EV parts. Yeah, absolutely. That's funny. Okay, I think that's okay. I didn't have any, so that's left, and that's right. They're marked. They have embossed L and R in them. Anyone use dissolvable supports? I have not yet. I want to try it once I get the Tridex built. That's an upcoming build. Still upcoming. It's coming up. It's in the queue. The Cybertruck body for the OpenR CF1. They also did that Enzo body that I thought was kind of neat. Need a low poly Cybertruck. Okay, if we look at this, we have an M2x8. I think that's going into the left and right. Probably should just ditch the carbs and go with a Megasquirt mod. We'll do, what do you call them? We'll just do the port injectors or whatever the I don't remember what they're called. I'm getting Charlie. Yes. I've tried PVA supports before. Yeah, I have some hips, so I want to try that with ABS. Holy crap, that's a big part. That tool is a little bigger than I thought it was. Okay, we have an air filter and a carb and the part. So let's go here And we are using M2x8s, 6/8. So we need 2 of these. Does that just go through the whole thing? Yeah, it does. Okay. So an air filter, right part and right part. See, this has a little R embossed in it. So then this goes up inside here somehow. So go up like that. Ooh, these are gonna need some trimming. Tight fits all around. Cylinder body right, so that goes that way. Cylinder body right goes that way. That means that probably goes right like that. And then the M2x8 from the top. Let's drill this out. While we're here, let's drill this one out. I want to try some of the, not just the dissimilar, like, what was it? You can use PETG supports or something, or PLA supports for PETG or something. Anyway, I think this just threads on now like that. Now you have a assembly. So let's do the same for this one. This is the left side. This, and all the way up there. And then 2x8. It's even slower in lemonade. Come on, go in there. There you go. There. Each one. And there goes something like that. And then these screw in from the side. Looks like with another M2x8 onto here. So if this goes, let's just go the same orientation. That means this one screws in from the side right here. Whoa, that is funky. Okay. Let's see if I can figure this out. 2x8 goes through here. Does that just slide through, or am I gonna have to drill that out? Oops. Goes there, and then that's gotta go right like that. Clean that hole out so it starts a little better. I think not a lot of room to manipulate the screwdriver here. Let's try something. I got a cool set here that happens to have a 1.5. I don't know if this is any better, but no, it's not any better. It's just slipping in there, that little ball end. Oh well. Yeah, forget to print out jack stands. Yeah. Wow, I cannot get a grip on the driver to go in here straight. This is just awfully, it would have been easier to pull this out and put these on and then put the assembly on. The problem is this screw over here, I think it started to strip, so I don't want to touch it. There we go. A special tool you need to buy and then recommend to your viewers. The Wera ones have worked fine for me at that size. Might be a screw. Yeah. Ah. There we go. Finally. Just folding car stand. Cool. Yeah, that flexi driver and I don't know if that would have been easier having to, because you kind of have to hold that in place. I don't think that would have been easier. Okay, is that it for this page? We put those on and we put that on there. Okay, next page. Now we have the exhaust, which just finished, or finished a bit ago on the other printer. So. We have exhaust pieces. Let's take my X-Acto and just make sure we're all cleaned up here and no elephant's foot getting in the way. I don't think so. I think everything's pretty good. So now how do we assemble this? There's some tabs. Okay, some tabs. I don't know which is left or right. If we look at this, we're gonna have a couple of M2x12s. What do we have? Oh, these go together. those have to go that way. So these only line up one way. So we have a small piece and a larger piece of each. And when they go together, the holes line up. If I try to put these together the wrong way, then the holes don't line up and they don't match. So that at least is intuitive. And those are M2x6s. So let's go ahead and put these on. Dog bone print is going to succeed. It's gotten to where everything is attached, so the hardest part is done. Awesome. So that's 1 and 2. So that's attached. Now all of these are threading into plastic, so you really have to have a touch when you're assembling, so you don't accidentally strip them. And that's definitely going to limit the cycle time. I mean, the number of times you can pull this apart and put it back together. You have to be more and more careful each time. But it's printed. You can just reprint parts, right? He doesn't have a dog, he's a cat guy. At some point, we'd like to get a dog. I'd like to get a dog we can go running with. I need to get back to running. So one day, not soon. Okay, so that is those two. And then so if I'm looking at, trying to get okay, so this is that one. That means that one of these goes right there. That kind of tabs into there. So this is the exhaust, the rest of the exhaust, and I think that goes, nope, it goes like, yeah, those are the same. Yeah, it goes like that. And then M2x12 goes through this whole thing to hold it together, so. I think it's just a matter of drilling this out. And that's gonna go right like that. That goes in there. Sorry, you don't get a good view of this. I need to put some pressure on it. I don't know if that's lined up right, but it's together and it's in the right spot. So I think that one is done. Have you asked Charlie if he wants to start running with you? We never, you know, it would have been cool to try to leash train him, but never did. Okay, so if that goes there, that means that's gonna go right like that. So I'm gonna have to hold this again, like I did. just to make sure I get a good cut on these threads. There we go. Okay, I feel like those are gonna kind of go kind of cattywampus when it's all installed. They may not be going out the same direction on the back, but we'll see. There is a key joint in there. There's a little tab that goes in there, but it's all kind of small and fragile. So I wanted to get a good hold on it so I didn't pop things into the wrong spot. So, okay. The little tool finish printing. So is that done there? So now we have in 2x12s holding these onto the bottom. Does that go just like that? It must. And this one goes right there. Okay. So this just goes right here. So let's make sure that these go through. Yep, those go through just fine. I'll go right there. So this is a little nitpick on here. It is kind of annoying that they don't give you a straight line to the wrench access on some of these. I mean, it flexes out of the way, but I guess it flexes out of the way enough. I'll withdraw my nitpick. Cool. And they didn't, yeah. What are we at? We're at 2.5 hours. Is that right? Yeah, it's gotta be. So, you folks have been seeing, I've been having fun with the little laser engraver, right? Incorporating it into other builds and doing the, like the pin diagram on the panel. And I've been doing some other stuff too that I'll be showing off in builds, but it got me looking. I noticed I've gotten a few offers from companies to check out their lasers, and I'm going to take one up, and so we'll be doing a weekday stream of an unboxing and overview of one, and then just using it during projects as I need it. But it's gonna give me a little more capability. It's a little higher wattage, so look forward to that. I'll be doing it's kind of a review, but not really, because it's more of an unboxing and overview, and then just using it. And then it gives you an idea of what it can be used for. So, It feels like they got carried away with the idea of no glue. Some of these parts would probably be stronger with some adhesive, maybe. But I mean, some of the laser I have right now is a 5 watt, and it was given to me by Modbot to get my feet wet and check it out. And it's really cool, and I'd like to do more with it. So I took one of these offers that came in to my emails and talked to them about what it actually takes, what they're actually looking for. And it sounds like just a unboxing and overview, and then use it is the idea, is the plan. So we'll see when that happens. Sorry, not buying an engraver. 30 for Sandy is the limit at the moment. Did you see Cloud 42's look at the laser? Yeah, I've seen his looks at the lasers. At some point I want to get a CO2 laser, but for what I'm doing right now with just like cutting out panels and those engraving stuff, the diode lasers work pretty well. You just have to, safety. There's lots of safety considerations with those. So, okay, that's done. Now we assemble the rest of the engine. Well, Chris, this is how you explain it, right? You show the model and you say, this is a $30 model. And then you never talk about it again. And suddenly you have an RC car. That's how that works. It's a $30 RC car. $30 files for an RC car. Yeah, I saw Daniel's new laser. There's a chance he might be lurking on and off. Okay, we got more engine parts. And what else do we need? We need the cylinder heads. I think these turned out pretty good. And we need the alternator. There are pieces all over the place here. Alternator and fan shroud, or pulley system, I mean. Pulley system. And I think that's it. The rest you just have lying around since 2 days ago. Exactly. Exactly. That's the way that works. Okay, I wanted to try something here. These are the kind of valve cover things. And I want to try, if I can find it. Ah, I thought I had a big silver Sharpie. Oh, I wonder if I put that in the other garage. I'm gonna try just using a Sharpie to highlight the ridges on the. Let's try this Sharpie. I'm gonna very lightly touch the top of these. This Sharpie I don't like because it's a little fuzzy on the end. So it's hard to do detail with it, and I got down inside on one of those. There, something like that. And then can I clear out that little bit that I screwed up on? That's good enough. Let's try that again with a little more careful. Or black would have been better. It'd show up a little better. But this should be subtle. This is a sturdy body here, Ken. There's some heft to this. I mean, I'm tweaking on it. This is solid. This is really solid. Actually, I was kind of surprised. Well, there's so many screws holding it together too. It's all locked together. Okay, so let's put this together and get half of that silver Sharpie on my fingers. So, I'm tempted to try this. I'm gonna try it. I can always reprint it or do something else. I wanna make this little area here silver. At least it's got a nice ridge there to keep me from going out of the lines. I'm definitely gonna get this all over my fingers when I work on it. Yeah, that's good. And then just the top side of that. Now this would have been perfect for a filament swap color change. I think that'll work. Give it something besides just that body color. And this guy ends up going in here. Oops, probably a bit of trimming because I put a brim on it because I had trouble printing a couple of parts. This guy goes right in there like that. Yeah, that works. We were able to print the windows and then not print them at all, left them out. I left them out. I left them out altogether. I think I have some sheet PLA, clear PLA somewhere. I'm pretty sure I had bought some for this. I have no idea where it is. How far down the list is your Tridex build? It's probably 1 or 2 builds away, probably. When I come back from Earth, so tomorrow is hopefully complete the solid fork. Get it done. Print with it. It might be a long stream, but tomorrow is solid fork. I squished. That was very squished. So if that happens and we're done with solid fork tomorrow, then we will get back on Voron Kit next weekend. So Voron Kit the weekend before Earth, and that'll probably be, I'm guessing, 2 more weeks. Hey, Golden Jaguar. So that'll probably be because I'm going to Earth, so no stream that week, and then 1 or 2 more weeks after that to finish off Voron Kit. And then it's either a different build or Tridex after that. Depends on what comes in. The problem with doing Tridex that soon is I haven't even started printing parts. So there might be a little standalone mod filler in there instead. So I haven't started printing parts for a couple of builds that are coming up that I need to get started on. Fortunately, I have enough printers that it doesn't take long to print a printer worth of parts. I tried it in transparent PETG, was not happy with them. You have to print 100% infill and it was a pain, yeah. I am hoping to start Tridex this year, this calendar year. I should be. It is long overdue. That is, I'm very much looking forward to that. It's not a matter of, it's more a matter of it's intimidating, what it's gonna take. And it might be one of those where we work on it and not necessarily in a continuous series of streams. So anyway, I was just fiddling and trimming the elephant's foot off of a part that really doesn't matter if you have elephant's foot on it or not. Back to the build. Stefan did do a video on printing transparent. But there's not going to be, for a windshield, nothing's going to be better than a piece of transparency or whatever there. So this goes here, and we have an M3 by 12 from behind, holding that on there. Does that actually go in there? How does that work? It says M3 by 12, but it slides right through because it says M3 by 12. M3 by 12. I'm so used to grabbing the M2s. Oh, hey, I forgot. Charlie's back. Clearing. Oh. I need a pin vise that I can put more pressure on the bit, because I'm stripping it every time. It's just sliding in the, there we go. I have to pay too much attention to that. Okay, M3 by 12. More vibration plastic. Can you hear that at all? That's pretty harsh. Hi, Troy. There we go. So that goes there. And we have M3 by 12s coming from below and M2 by 10s going into the sides. Are these labeled left or right, or no? Okay, I think, let me lay this out. So this goes here, that goes there. That means that, I think these are the same, it's just which side they go on. So those go there. That goes there. Actually, that's wrong. This goes here. And that goes there. Then these are labeled left or right. That one came through? Yeah. That was pretty horrid, huh? Now, which one is, so this is block left. So that means this one goes over here and this one goes over here. Okay. And then, so that means this goes here, and I need an M3 by 12 that's going to go up through all of these. threw all of these into the fan shroud there. So that goes there. A bit of a juggle. That goes into there. Oh, go straight. You can get collets for pin vices, it might give you more grip. Yeah, I think I'm gonna look for one. Okay, so that's one. And same thing over here. Drill through just to make sure we're not fighting the parts. That, and that. I'm actually going to grab my non-ball wrench because you get more control over how straight it's going into the part. Neat. Then the covers go on. Yep, just like that, with in 2x10s. So 6, 8, 10. At the very least, I need multiple pin vices, it looks like. Oh, those have some break, some whatever bridges, sacrificial bridges. They use sacrificial bridges instead of like the cross bridge setup. Whatever, I prefer the cross bridge. But whatever they want to use. Okay, then I noticed a couple of, where's my, oh, there it is. A couple of bridges in here I want to cut out. Not bridges, but droopy bridges, I guess. There we go, clean it up. There we go, and anything in here to clean up? Nope. Throwing parts down spoils us, yeah. Okay, so this goes here, and then these go just like that, I believe. So, is this a 10? Yes. Yeah. This is gonna look so good. Just realized that is really green. Yes, it is. It's slime green. There's a lot of parts in here that would be good candidates for filament swaps. I mean, these would have done a good, yeah, that would have been a good filament swap too, just for the fins on that. Maybe I'll do that on the future ones I print. And this little belt thing, the belt, we could have printed black for the center of that. Okay. What is it, the doghouse? Is that what they call this? And an M2 by 10 to put this fan on. But nothing to the bottom, it just hangs on the bottom. Okay. Fan here. Oops. I guess we can just move that over into whatever position it ends up needing to be. Or maybe there's a feature it locks into. Maybe. There. All I see are more chances to use the RCF. For the body paints, they're pretty much printed in matching layer line between them so they don't look like different colors depending on light reflects off of them. Yeah, for the, yeah, it is all in the same orientation. Yep. I swear I've seen real Myers Minx in similar color with lots of sparkle in the fiberglass resin. Absolutely, needs the deep glitter. Okay, back. I think we finished that page. Oh ho ho. An M2 by, a couple of M2 by 16s secures this to the back of the buggy. Oh boy. Let's just go in there. I need to clean these out. It would be cool if the ABS had the color palette of PLA, absolutely. Clean that up a little bit with a X-Acto knife in a second. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I used the Sharpie on that part there. That way looks way better. Okay, then all of this goes back here. Does that go under? Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Threading in? Yeah, I think so. These kind of, there we go. It's kind of underneath into there. Because unless I got it totally wrong, Speed Buggy was a Myers Minx, or at least inspired by. There are a lot of Myers-Manx style dune buggies out there. I think that has to go in there. So how can I make sure that that I think that just goes like that. That's a little weird. Oh, that has to go on top of that. Shoot. And that's... There we go. That was not very great. Okay. I think that's how it goes. Yeah. Into engine mount bolts, don't drop the clutch too quick. Yeah. That's kind of weird, kind of how things lay. I guess they just kind of in the general vicinity of where they should go. Okay. Continuing. Okay. Axle arms. This is where I needed that tool. So now we're done with the body. And set it on the solid fork stand. Okay. Had to use that at least once anyway. Arms and ball joints. Option A, use a hammer. Option B, use a vise. This is the preferred method. You can proceed slowly. Press ball joints in arm ends. Pay attention to combine parts correctly. Ball joints requires correct orientation on specific arms. Check the next page. So we have lots of arms, and let's just get all of these out here. And we're gonna have some bits and pieces for the rear and the front. Is that all of them? These two, I think I have more. Yes, more. That might be all of the more. And then I think this is Chris's nemesis here, little ball joints, right? I printed a lot more of these than I need. No option 3 to use a crescent wrench as a hammer. Well, I could probably get away with these. However, this recess here is kind of critical to the whole process. So, oh, that's plenty. That's probably way more than I need. Adjustable spanner, yes. Okay, so we are going to start with these guys back here. And we're gonna pay attention to, they are all labeled. Wrong camera. They are, that one is left A. So let's go left A from the back. I don't know, yeah. Perfect. So this should, here's what I'm gonna do. No, not that stuff. A little bit of VHB. That's more than I need. It might be fun getting off, but let's see here. Let's put this like that, right in the middle. So is that about centered there? Yep. That's about centered there. There. And I want to make sure that, I guess I can't really center it unless that, I don't know if that's going to get in the way. Maybe I put it this way. No, I just won't perfectly center it. I'm going to go like that. It doesn't have to be perfectly centered. I like that. Okay. These parts could be PACF, probably. They are all PLA. There. Hopefully that'll make my life a whole lot easier. Okay, comes in from the back side. This goes here, and then make sure I'm not in the way too much. There we go. Nice. Oops. Nice. Okay. So there, and then on the right, same thing. Nope, that one is breaking. So let's see, what's going to be the best way to get this out of here? Yeah, that broke right off. So microphone going funky. There we go, get that out, and we'll try with a new one. That is not great. That one broke too. I'm gonna have a hard time with these. How do I get that out now without destroying everything? It's in there. Hey, Tessa. This one's got to come out. How's it going to come out? I think my choice of material here is going to bite me. There we go. I'm going to turn it sideways and then cut it in a couple of pieces without touching the arm itself. There we go. My choice of material is going to bite me. These PLA CF pieces. Good thing I have extras. So let's do an extra good job of making sure these are going in perfectly straight. There we go. That one went in. I do have the, I do have somewhere the RC ball joint pliers. My microphone wire is bugging me. Okay, and then we have left C and right C, and those go in from the front, it looks like. Okay, I'm just gonna relax that just a little bit there. And find the best of these. That should go in right like that. There we go. That one. And just easing that edge just a tiny bit. And then there we go. Cool. Those four done. What does it say to do next? Now, all of these come in from... Oh, there's a different ball joint there? I might not have that one. Is that this one? Oh, yep, I have that one. Is it? It looks like this. This says wheel hub. It looks like that one. I think that's that one. Where's the other one? There's the other one. I think these are the specific ones they're talking about. It looks like it. Even though it says wheel hub. Oh, print in place ball joints? Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna think those are those. So we have a top left. Here's top left. All of those go in from the bottom. Okay. Oh, that one broke. Darn it. My choice of material is the problem here. Do you use air plates or did you slice your own? A combination. I mean, they have, I didn't use any of their G-code, but I used their 3MF files. Let me see if I have some over here. No, these are all I have. So there are some of these that are obviously rounder than others, and that's what's going on. I've got some that didn't print as well, it looks like. Yeah, because that one, those ones that have a more round profile are going right in. So let's see here. We've got the front A-arms here. I don't think I'm gonna have enough to do everything. Making sure these are, oops, these are as straight as possible when pressing them in. And as soon as you go a little bit too much, it tweaks and breaks. I don't like that one. The other ones are fitting nice and smooth. That one, it's okay for right now. I may do some nylon ball ends instead. Do I have enough here? I don't think I have enough of the good ones. How many are good ones? That's a good one. I think that's a good one. I think that's about all I have left. Let's see, what can we do? I can get a plate printing, but how much further can we get? And we are at 3 hours. Maybe we call it right there. We're at 3 hours. That's a good, I want to keep the members only streams not to be 7 hour streams. So I ran into a little issue here. I probably need to reprint the ball joints. I'm going to print all of those. I have some Polymaker, just regular nylon, which I think might be perfect. Redesign them with GE5Cs. Well, you'd need the micron version, the 3C or whatever version. So, so what do you think? How this is a cool build. This is super cool. I am so floored with just what this is looking like so far. I mean, this gives you a good sense of scale. That is the neatest thing. Not a marathon? No, not a marathon. I think there's a good chance that we could finish this next member stream, and that would be a good. I don't know when I'm gonna do it in October, so the first weekend is probably too soon. Although maybe, it's possible I might just do an early October member stream. That way we don't have to wait long to finish this, and I don't have to have a box of parts that are sitting there. But this is here, little sneak peek. I think these parts have to come out. There's some built-in supports here. Yep. Couple of printed in supports. There we go. Oh yeah. They make drivers for these too. You can print the people. I wasn't going to. I have no desire to have a little driver in there. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe, well, that would be next weekend, I think, is where it would be. Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, it would be the 1st. So if we don't do it on the 1st, then we'll do it on the, well, if we don't do it on the 1st, then it would have to be the 22nd. And then it's basically a month out. So. Make a mini Steve. I can make a mini Charlie to go in the passenger seat. I have 0 organic modeling skills. There you go, like what Andre says. This is so cool though. This is so cool. Okay, so reprint ball joints. I don't think I'm gonna redo any of this. This is all cool. This will be all perfectly fine for a RC. I need to print some transparent tail lights. Now this has channels here for LEDs if you wanted to light up light it up. And no, there's nothing up here for the headlights. But the brake lights, I'm not gonna light them up. I will print some nice transparent filament though to go in there. Needs a mini GoPro attached to the roll bar. There we go. You give me a model, John? I mean, it's a little rectangular box. There aren't any roll cage lights. Now, if you go out, let's go play around here. You go out to their website. Let's see if they have any accessories. Let's go shop. They just came out with a trailer. They have this trailer add-on. Here it is. A trailer, a car hauler for some of the other stuff. But if we go to buggy, accessory for buggy, you can buy different accessory things like skis for the, I think that would work for this too. Adventure pack, it's all these little, you know, detailing stuff. I do have the CAD for a full camera. Just scale it down and I'll print it on the resin printer. I don't have a resin printer anymore, never mind. Oh, it doesn't look like they have anything neat for the Sandy, but they do have accessories and a lot of accessories for like if you go to the Rancher, there's lots of accessories for the other things. A soft top. Some of them, I think some of them, if you look around like this hood with a scoop is free. Doors, tube doors, kind of neat. And you could have the pets curled up on the deck here. I am so floored with that. That is awesome. Very, very pleased. And then a little more, we took this guy. That does look cool. I'll probably print the other side because it looks like they're relatively easy to take on and off. That does look cool. Here, let's go back here. That looks cool too, though. It's more classic dune buggy. Just don't do too aggressive of a wheelie. Sure you pop those off. Oh. Bet a bunch of those Baja bug parts would work with the Sandy. Yeah. What else? Anything else we can update on? Tomorrow's salad fork. I hope we can finish it tomorrow. So, I think with that, we're gonna call it. My stomach's starting to rumble, so it's a good time. We've had a lot of Charlie Cam content today. Where did I get the RC parts? Mostly Amazon, truly. I bought, well, I guess we can go through a few of these. Shocks. These are just shock packs. There's two different lengths. And, oh, but I bought the belts off of AliExpress. And I bought these from Pouch. Pouch makes these. And I have the Hobby Wing, the recommended brushless controller. Now there are specific spots for the electronics in here. So buying the recommended stuff is an advantage. Then I have a servo off of Amazon and a RC copter or quadcopter style brushless motor off of Amazon. Now this one, if you're doing these, this one is weird because it has a three bolt mounting pattern on the housing here. The included files are 4 bolts, but Thingiverse, someone made a remix for 3 bolts that I downloaded and I'm using. And then I'm gonna try this. This is probably an undersized battery in terms of capacity, and it's got tons of room in here. But I bought this for my Death Racer, and I'm gonna end up going 4S instead of 3S. So this is a 3S I'm gonna use in here. So. Let's use RC printer to get parts for my kits. You're gonna get salad fork moving tomorrow. That's the plan. That's the hope. It might be a long stream tomorrow. That's why it's kind of nice if we end this one at the 3.5 hour mark, because tomorrow will probably be a long stream. I just wasn't sure if I should go with the companies they suggest. You definitely have some flexibility. All of it's going to be fine. Just understand that when you deviate like I did, you might discover something you have to change. And there's already someone that did a remix of this, so I didn't bother. Usually with these openings, these motors are supposed to be cooled by the thing attached to the axis itself. Yeah, but from what it says, they don't worry with the brushed motor. You have to worry about temperature in there, but they don't worry about it with these. So 4S is higher voltage, but the controller, this controller will only go up to 3S. You have to consider the controller. So with that, thanks again. Thanks for another month. This is the 4th member stream we've done, and I'll keep them going. I'm having fun with them, doing something a little different. Last month we did and it's public, so the last month's is public now, and that was playing with the Death Racer. There was no intention to finish the build on that one because I need to get it done for Earth. But this one I'll finish on stream. I'll be doing some printing and stuff in between, but I won't do any assembly in between. So we'll hopefully finish this one next member stream. Don't forget to check. Thank you, Kyle. I will check. So have a good rest of your weekend. Hope to see you tomorrow. And we'll see you then. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.